and now routed to you through 3 locations in the former United States for reasons of security and us, insecurity, we are joined now by humanity's last and best hope.
All who thirst for freedom may come with us.
X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna go, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya.
Hey everybody, welcome to Exodus Americanus. I am Stone. With me as always are Donald Bateman and the Hwyte Power Ranger himself, Roscoe Jones. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing great, my man.
Doing good, guys.
Good deal. We're a little bit more high energy than we were on our Lost episode and even on our Makeup Half Hour episode, I feel.
I've been drinking more.
Alex Jones will do that to you.
Can we play a good Alex to get us fired up? Get the listeners fired up, because we're already fired up.
I got a good one. Give me one. This is great. This is great audio right here.
The best.
Truly professional
Nelly's
radio.
going, kill everybody. I get off when I talk about cutting people's power off. I'm a Nelly. Yeah. Just simpering control freaks in big nerd packs, taking everything over, ruling everything, becoming police officers with weapons, tasering us for fun, control freaks and scum! People are cancer! Alright, I'm not in a good mood now. I'm just thinking about Bill Gates up there, that little chicken neck, hopping around, little murdering eugenicist. You know how he walks, like a demonic elf. I'm gonna shoot you up with something that's gonna kill you dead in the hammer. How's a 30-year death from gut disease sound, African children? Roll up the sleeves. I'm a little chicken neck bastard, and nobody's got the will to see what I am.
Jesus.
His imagery is so good, like charging into the goblin's nest, chicken neck bastard. It's amazing.
Nerds, little nerd packs wandering around, becoming cops, tasering people.
For fun.
I'm a little Nelly.
Honestly, like, our podcast would be better if we just rehosted Alex Jones content for 2 hours.
Just did Alex Jones highlights every day.
We don't even need to talk. We just need to assemble them in a hour-long format.
Well, I wonder
like
if there's a way to, like, you know how, Siri talks, or like the Microsoft text-to-word talks? Is there a way to make an Alex Jones speaking module that we could speak through?
That would be awesome.
Like, instead of having Halberstram do culture critique, it would be Alex Jones yelling culture critique. That'd be incredible.
Every pause would be
And change, like, every reference to Jew to globalists. It'd be a kosher
Scum!
kosher of critique.
The globalists.
Fucking globalists. Putting chemicals in the water, make the freaking frogs gay.
oh, man.
Who are we gonna shit on next? Who you got?
Richard Spencer.
Right, that poncy little dandy.
Pan, you're a fagotist. Seriously, like, I think I'm gonna do NPI this year, and I just know I'm gonna get too drunk and just go up to Richard Spencer and be like, Pan-Europeanism fucking sucks. It's gonna happen.
So, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we got in this week, early, in case anybody didn't make it all the way through, was our begging for shekels.
Oh, yeah, crucial.
I have a goal, loyal fans. I want to buy, like, a cosplay Hwyte Power Ranger helmet and show up at NPI or Amren in a white suit with a fucking Power Ranger helmet.
It was a noble goal.
Yep. Of course I'll take it off when I get inside, but I think it would be a fantastic way to show up.
It would be.
I'm thinking about showing up in this new Trump mask I just got.
What if everybody did?
That'd be great.
It'd be like the guy, what's his name?
It'd be like Game of Thrones, all the Sons of Harpy and the gold masks, but it'd be Trump masks, and they'd be stabbing people in the streets.
What if we all wore Alex Jones masks?
Oh shit! I would love an Alex Jones mask.
Just 20 guys in cosplaying as Alex Jones, just going, ah!
We're breaking the conditioning.
When the brain force kicks in.
I have not listened to what has Alex Jones's take been on the France thing, the Turkey thing. Who's behind it, according to Alex Jones?
Globalist.
Fucking globalist NWO bastards.
And I told you all about this 10 years ago.
35 years
Like to
ago.
go to sleep every night, and you work for a bunch of psychotic killers, and you bastards are probably going to end up killing me one day.
Oh my god, we're not being productive at all.
No, this is very good content.
So we had a little bit of heartbreak close to home, and I wanted to share this with the listeners. Make sure we put this link in the SoundCloud description. Ku Klux Klan member is kicked out for having DMX. X gonna give it to you ringtone.
Mm-hmm. Very sad.
We just
Now the KKK is down to 12 FBI agents from 13.
Right? I mean, were they already having all their meetings in Langley anyway?
I think it's in a New Jersey FBI office. It's not important enough to be in Langley.
Well, it's not like they need a lot of space for those 12 dudes.
no, it's like in some shopping mall in New Jersey.
Oh,
Abandoned New
strip
Jersey
mall?
shopping mall.
No, like a strip mall. Like go to your arts rental, your failing gym, and your FBI outpost.
They made in the food court.
And it's a shitty food court. The only thing left in there is like the
A Panda Express.
Oh, wow. I got diarrhea just hearing that.
I remember freshman year in college, they got like a new Panda Express, and it was the place to be for a while. Then everyone realized it's terrible.
So, when I
One
was
day.
Well, you know.
when I was a freshman in college, we would there was a Chinese buffet place at the mall, and it was one trip all you could eat. So you could go through once and load it down.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 of us would split like the $8 thing.
Oh, shit.
And every time, like, we would try to switch up who went through because the Chinese people would scream at us, "One people eater!"
No soup for you.
One people eater! Oh, man.
That's actually how you fight the trade deficit. You gotta take down the Chinese buffets at the source.
I would have to eat a lot of fucking fried rice to hit that trade deficit.
Yeah, then you'd have your own trade deficit with your body. Would not be good.
So yeah, this is I'm glad they didn't use my real name. They called me Billy Bob Anderson, proud and active member of the Ku Klux Klan. Well, I wasn't that active. I was just the secretary. Until one chapter meeting, it all came to a dark ending. The Klan was in the middle of discussing their next Trump rally when Anderson's phone went off, alarming everyone.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon'
So that starts going off on my phone, and everybody just lost their shit. It was terrible.
Yeah, it says here your cousin wife, your 2 children, your 4 cousins, your 8 nephews, and 2 goats have shunned you.
Well, really only one of them is my goat. The other one belongs to my cousin wife.
Solid. Alright, should we get into a real topic?
Shit, should we? I mean, we could play a few more Alex Jones drops.
Maybe like one more Alex Jones. Just to ease our way into it.
I like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. You know what it's like to go to sleep every night knowing you work for a bunch of psychotic killers?
That was just auto-played.
That's the best one, really. It's just the
Worth it.
passion in his voice. It's admirable.
Did we, before we get into our real topic, did we want to share that word of advice that we got from Stefan Molyneux this week?
Yeah, we can do that. It's really good.
And so your sexual desire is now focused on children.
More like Stefan Malo Jew.
Right? He's gonna have a job at the New York Times for too long.
Yeah, well, I think it starts with Slate, then it's going to eventually creep up to the New York Times. Gotta start with the Fringe first. Well, it's like, Ross Douthat at the New York Times?
Nope.
So he's like the resident conservative there. But he's
About
like
as much
kind
as
of
Rick Wilson, I bet.
The interesting thing though, he's kind of like finally getting into NRX kind of ideas, but he's like becoming kind of crypto alt-right. And that's at, the biggest paper in the nation. So it's interesting because they're going to have to start putting some people similar to us to get attention, from the youth. Because if you look at National Review, all of their readers are like 85 years and above. Then you look at Breitbart, and it's like the young people are reading that.
All the cool kids are reading Milo.
Yeah. He's doing a really smart thing by doing all these college Republican speeches, because he's getting all the future leaders of the party when they're young.
Getting them radicalized now. Getting them to take that pill about race and IQ early.
I think he's doing an event with like Ann Coulter at the RNC, like not an official speaker, but one of the like parties. So it's interesting.
Ah, man. I'm excited about his song he's going to do at the RNC. You didn't know about the song he's going to do?
No, I haven't heard. I feel like this is going to be a joke, but I'm ready for it.
How can you be gay and Republican? These preconceived notions about gay people. It's time to dispel that stereotype. Through a lavish musical number. Hit it, Joshua! It's impossible, you say, to be Republican and gay.
The Log Cabin Republicans.
But baby, like
This is the alt-right
Virginia
anthem.
Slims, we've come a long, long way. It once was thought to be a fairy meant voting for Bill or Kerry, but not.
Oh, man, we're going to get those NRX guys now. I'm sorry I made that go on for so long.
No, that was good. I was actually okay with it going the whole time, but it was probably smart to cut it.
Yeah. Because that's like 3 minutes. We already played like 2 1-minute drops.
Well, think about it. The more Alex Jones and American Dad drops we play, the less we have to actually talk.
That's true. The less work we have to do.
Like Christopher Cantwell taking callers. The less you talk, the more you talk, the less I have to.
I mean, those guys have to do like 3 hours a day. I would be shitposting so much.
Hey, unless you had like a Snurdly coming up with content for you.
Unless you like pop an Adderall at me today, then I could do like a 10-hour show.
Or you could be like Rush, flying off your fucking balls on painkillers, talking shit about the liberals 3 hours a day.
I could rock with that. He's probably like in a bed studio, just kind of laying back. All these fucking liberals.
He records from a lazy boy.
What Constitution?
The Constitution. So, I'm gonna force us to go into some content here, because otherwise we're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's been basically been a week since it feels like a fucking week since the Pence announcement.
It's been about 3 or 4 years, I think.
Right? Was that Thursday that came out?
Orlando was back in 2007.
So yeah, Race Bannon is the VP.
Or is it Bobby Knight, and he got too drunk to take off his Race Bannon costume?
Well, I had a tweet that did really well, and it said he's a combination of Roger Sterling and Roger Stone.
Oh, I wish.
And I think he really, they look exactly the same. It might be Roger Stone in a Mike Pence mask. Have you seen them in the same room?
I haven't.
Me neither.
Huh.
Have you ever seen them tweeting at the same time?
No. Mike Pence has not followed me back yet, but hopefully soon.
That's when we'll know we've made it, when we start getting follows and attention from mainstream conservatives.
Well, I know
Bateman,
Donald Trump Jr.
Bateman is
used
a
to
noted
follow Vaughn.
Bateman is a noted CNN contributor.
That's very true.
That's true. I've been on The Observer also. That's actually Kushner's paper.
That's right, it is.
So you might have seen my tweet.
I did. Yeah, I saw it and I forgot about that one. when that Jew was saying to the other Jew,
Yeah.
"What are you supporting?"
Oy vey. But I don't know. I was saying today, or yesterday, Kushner, he might be a crypto goy.
Well, like I said a couple weeks ago, he looked way too human to be full Jew.
Yeah.
And he's only technically a quarter Jew because his mom was only a half heathen.
And even the quarter part, most of them are diluted too.
Yeah,
So,
but here's the
I don't
thing.
know.
Ivanka's still converted, so the religion must mean something to him.
Okay, but did you hear that rabbi in Israel declared that she's not Jewish?
Yeah,
and
she
the
did.
court upheld it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think she's Jewish anymore.
She's not.
Oh, fuck. I got a tweet trying to figure out who that was.
Speaking of Jews, did you see that kid in the last week or two who did that white privilege rap or whatever, or poem?
Macklemore?
Yeah. In Atlanta or whatever, and he won the prize for his poetry slam. Yeah, it turns out he's a Jew.
Duh.
Yeah. It's official now though.
Shocker of the week.
I can't Habib it. But my point with the how long it's been since the Pence announcement was it feels like the alt-right has already gone through the 5 stages of grief of not getting the candidate we wanted. Because the immediate reaction, fucking Richard Spencer is still got a Pez full of black pills he's handing out. Who do you think Richard Spencer's black pill Pez dispenser is? Vader?
Well, I heard with Spencer, it's because he has a Russian wife and Pence doesn't like Russia. That's why he's spurged out. He's like an actual Kremlin troll. Like we're all accused of being.
Right. Being paid Kremlin accounts.
Although, I wouldn't be shocked because I don't know where his revenue comes from. You're not making a bunch off NPI, obviously. So maybe old Uncle Vlad has him on the payroll.
Or maybe he's just mad because he was in Indiana once and Pence tried to make him go through gay conversion therapy.
Yeah. I saw that. It was Spencer doesn't like Pence because he's anti-fag. He's against the last implicit stand.
I was off the top of my head. I hadn't seen that, but that's even better.
Well, I tweeted that thing where it was Richard Spencer, and then you take off one letter until it became Mike Pence. And Spencer favorited it, but he did not retweet. But he did like it. And then all my comments were just people shitting on him.
Have you seen all the people that have the fucking disclaimer on their profile that a like or a retweet does not mean that I endorse something?
Yeah.
You fucking chicken
It's
shit.
normies. I endorse everything I retweet.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Completely 100%.
Especially the stuff that I'm fucking tweeting out at 3 in the morning when I'm shit canned staggering home to the bars.
That's the best. I remember I was drunk at this corporate dinner, and I was just shit posting at the table across from my boss. Everyone else is 1 or 2 beers in. I'm 5 or 6 vodka waters in, and it was a good time.
My man.
Fucking normies don't know how to drink.
Yeah, right before you came on the show, you're like, man, I'm not that big of a drinker. And we both were like, that'll change.
Well, no, I always... So, early college, I was a lot, and then I got less into it when I started doing the reefer, but then I stopped that. But now I'm back on the drinking train, because it's socially acceptable to do, and it's fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have recently discovered how much fun I am as a drunk.
Oh yeah, I'm so much more social, gregarious. That's a good word, right?
Oh
Yeah.
that's worth at least $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I've oh, go ahead.
I respect Trump's, no drinking, no smoking, no drugs, but I don't know, they're all pretty fun. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh man.
But I respect him for it.
I respect the position of people who say that drugs are degenerate and all that stuff, but I feel like the right stuff used the right way is not necessarily degenerate.
Yeah, if you're doing something every day, yeah, but if you haven't tried, some good Lucy, you're missing out, bud.
Mm-hmm. And what could be better than going on a camping trip with a couple of alt-right bros?
Yeah.
And doing mushrooms and talking about the Jew.
Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, LSD made me Republican, so that was my first real red pill.
Oh shit.
because I was at a music festival and I just saw all the degenerates there, and I was like, my God, this place is disgusting. And then me and my friend, we both agreed. We're like, did we just become Republicans?
That's
we were looking
amazing.
at all these just like non-whites and hippie trash, and we were like, my God, we want to be in that office building right now, not here.
That is an amazing conversion story.
Yeah, I'm probably the only person to like become a Republican after dropping, but
Well, it was MDMA
the thing is,
that did
it's
it for me.
it's the
but-
actual counterculture now. Back in the '60s, it makes sense if you become a liberal, because that was the counterculture in the '60s. Nowadays,
Yeah, we are
the
the
establishment is the liberal.
Yeah, for sure we're the counterculture.
I had a pretty similar trip, and I had the realization, will to power, brah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Took the whole fucking thing in and realized that I deserve whatever I can seize.
The Nietzsche mindset.
Yep.
Yeah, will to power is everything. That's the thing with normies. Like, when I hear them complain about stuff, it's just like, well, what are you doing about it?
Are you gonna conquer it, or are you gonna roll over like a bitch?
Be a little poon.
Are you just gonna roll over and let him diddle your asshole?
That's the alt-right way, but that's not the right way.
The cavity search pill?
Yeah. All right, should we go into Nice? Nice? Nice.
Or should we get back to Pence? We didn't really talk about Pence.
I thought we were doing Pence after Nice.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That was like a pre-Pence.
Okay.
It was a Pence after teeth.
Never mind. Okay.
So, just be nice. Is that how you say that?
Nice.
Nice?
Can we play that Family Guy Nice? Or is it South Park drop?
I don't know.
Nice.
We don't have it like queued up.
That's true.
We don't have like any. We only have a couple Family Guy drops.
So what was the final death toll? It was like, what, 80?
85. 85.
85. Not triple digits.
I mean, his KD is still. I mean, it's better than.
It's incredible. Better than Dylan Roof.
It's better than Orlando too, isn't it?
As far as
Orlando's
fatalities,
like
yeah.
50.
It's like 49 fatalities.
Well, and I think gays count for like half because they can't fight back.
Well, and none of them are white, so it was like the 3/5 law anyway.
Although,
God.
I think it's better to kill them, so it might be worth more if you think about it. Like, you get a degenerate multiplier because you're removing filth.
It's basically, are we going to score it by who we would like to see die?
Yeah, or difficulty of kill. They should both be factors, really.
Yeah, or how
Yeah.
valuable to us the people were.
Because if you're dropping some, jihadis, they're probably difficult to kill, but also good to kill, so that's like a double bonus. We should drop a scoring system at some
We
point.
should. They do like those alt-right bingos. We should have a alt-right kill list.
Kill multiplier.
Yeah.
So like X2 if it's a dude, obviously. 0.5 if it's a woman.
What about if it's a Muslim?
I mean, that's a bonus for
Degeneracy.
a crusade bonus. It's a crusade bonus, like 20%, 20% increase. And if you kill a chosen, that's like a 50% because they're rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like 85 killed. And the thing is, it's like, the thing about this attack is that liberals cannot use any of their narratives. Because it was a truck, it was not a gun. Like, the gun control is their last implicit stand of liberal identity. But when it's a truck and a Muslim and a non-white, there's nothing they can do there.
No, but here's what they're doing. They're saying, oh, he was a strict Islamist, but he was a bisexual. Like, the same thing they tried to do to Omar Mateen. Oh, well, he's not a real Muslim because he fucked dudes, too. But just like the Omar Mateen thing got blown out of the water,
Yeah.
that he wasn't gay, this is going to, too.
Well,
And
think about that. It's such a weak backup for them.
Yeah.
Like, the gun narrative is better for them. Like,
It
this,
is.
no one even cares what his personal life was if he's a brown guy that ran over 80 white people. You can't hide that.
Yeah, so it's like he's a practicing bisexual. He drank alcohol and smoked drugs. I liked how they added the smoked part in there.
The funny thing is they try to say, like, oh, he's not a real Muslim because he does that. Okay, you know how many Christians drink and smoke?
Yeah.
Like, that's not an argument. Not an argument.
Yeah, I'm a Baptist, but I drink. I occasionally smoke. I gamble.
Yeah. I'm also raised Baptist. Southern, though. Well, you're Southern, too.
Yeah.
We're all Southern.
I saw this thing on Twitter. It was talking about how Midwesterners are like not really human, and I agree.
Oh man.
Basically, like how they can only talk about
Roscoe
like
and
sports.
Roscoe and I are stuck in that Midwestern Southern.
So
we don't-
know, yeah.
our state doesn't belong anywhere. We're in the Rust Belt. We're in
The gateway.
the Bible Belt. We're in the South. We're in the Midwest.
Well, think about Texas. It's not really the South or the West, but it's a little of both.
Texas is Texas.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're our own country. I mean, region.
That's the thing about, we're both from Kentucky, and Kentucky is split up with quite a few different cultures.
Yeah.
Because the Appalachian culture is a lot different than, quote unquote, Southern culture.
Oh, yeah.
And Northern.
Yep. And then you have those weirdos out in the fucking flat parts of Kentucky.
Yeah. Like Rand Paul.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for Texas, it's like if you go to East Texas, it's basically Louisiana. You go to South Texas, it's actually Mexico. You go to North Texas, like Dallas, and it's kind of like Oklahoma-ish. West Texas, El Paso is the West, but also Mexico. And then the big cities are fucking California.
God.
Well, Austin is actually California now because all the Californians moved in. All the tech people.
Sweet. Ruining one state wasn't enough for them.
Well, that's the thing. They're spreading to Oregon, Utah, Washington, Colorado, and all those states are pissed off because they're ruining them.
Yeah, I mean, look at Boulder, Colorado.
Faggot, Colorado.
Even Denver. I mean, Denver's, it's a big city. It's always going to be a little shitty, but
Denver's got fucked, yeah.
yeah, lately they've got really fucked.
Like, I've always loved Colorado. We used to go to vacation. We went skiing there, like, every summer for our implicit stand. And it was great back then. But for my friends that are there now, they just said it's getting worse. It's
Yeah,
too crowded.
I was there, I guess it was 2014. Roscoe and I have a mutual friend who actually lives out in Denver now. And I went to visit him, and it just happened to work out that like New Year's Eve was like the perfect time to take vacation, or like New Year's Day was like to coincide with work. And it also happened to be the day that they legalized weed there. So I was one of the first people in the country to smoke legal weed.
Gross.
Well, this girl I know, she brought some back with her because she went to Colorado, and we had some. So that was a good time.
Oof.
Everybody's like,
Weird.
"Oh, you went to Colorado to smoke weed?" I was like, "Well, that was just a bonus."
It's a mere coincidence, Coy.
I had this plan for like 8 months, well before they had a vote on it.
Well, it's kind of like shooting hoops with Jordan. You might not play basketball, but you'll shoot a few free throws with Jordan.
Oh yeah.
So you're out in fucking Colorado when reefer gets legalized. Like, okay, take a couple puffs, eat some Cheetos.
I mean, I know the alt-right likes to signal against the reefer, but it's fucking fun. You cannot deny that.
Well, the best description that I've ever heard for marijuana is what Randy Marsh said on South Park. When he says, it makes you okay with being bored.
Yeah.
And that's the black pill on reefer.
It's true, but I mean, so when I did a lot in college, we would kind of like go out and do things. Like, we'd go to parties like that, we'd hang out with friends, we'd go to concerts, so it's more fun when you're active with it.
Do a white nationalist podcast.
Yeah, naturally.
I have a buddy that a good buddy, Roscoe, you know him. You met him once, but we go golfing about every week, and he always has weed. So we just smoke on like the fourth hole.
Solid. That sounds very relaxing.
It is. I mean, you just slow down. You don't worry about how on the first 3 holes you shanked your drive into the woods.
Well, he offered me some before your wedding, by the way.
Nice.
It's the best way to also get through like movies, especially after you've been red pilled. Because if you don't smoke before a movie, you'll just be thinking about the fucking Jews trying to promote miscegenation.
I'm pretty sure the only way that I could watch cable television was if I smoked copious amounts of weed.
Because then it makes even commercials fun, because you're thinking about it. It's like, whoa.
I don't know, man. If I start seeing fucking race mixing in commercials, I don't know if I can handle that.
Oh, yeah. My
It's
old lady gets so mad anymore that she'll point it out, like, just to get mad at me, you know, how women are sometimes. She's like, oh, look at them, they look happy. And I'm like, it's a fucking commercial. They're getting paid to look happy, but I bet that white chick is fucking hating it.
Oh,
right?
So this is a good transition into my Goilers meetup, because after our hate hike, we went to this restaurant to eat, and they were playing the Rodney King documentary. And we all just look at him, we were like, what the fuck? And then this one guy, this big guy, he yells out, stop resisting! as they were beating him with the bat, and we were all like, oh shit, that was really loud, dude.
Well, there's 10 of you. What the fuck is anybody gonna do?
Well, that's the thing. So I'll give you the synopsis. Like, we show up. This is like a weekly thing we do. We go to an undisclosed park in Texas. We wear all black. And so it's
Texas,
just like,
that's gotta be hot as balls.
it is hot, but it looks really intimidating. So it's like 10 of us, half of us wearing Trump hats. We show up to a park, you know,
A bunch of
rolling
pale
deep.
neats glowing in the sun, wearing all black.
See, I'm in construction, so like I've got a pretty good tan going.
Nice.
But there were some needs probably, but
Were there any
it was
neck
pretty
beards?
good. No, I mean most of us were like pretty good shape. Like,
Isn't it weird how well adjusted the people on the right you meet are?
I'm not gonna lie, there are a couple ones that are a little odd, but it was mostly like some pretty fit people who have jobs, like pretty normal.
Yeah. That's right, normies. We could be fucking serving your food, doing your taxes, teaching your kids at school,
Fucking your
coaching the
wife.
football teams.
Yeah, Big the Bull. No, but it was funny because like we'd be on the path and there'd be like, it was funny because like whenever like white people would like bike or walk past, we'd be like, hey, and they'd say hey back. When it was a minority, we'd just like stay silent. And they would see like, you know, the 10 of us in black, and they were not having it. Like they would not make eye contact.
Did you all try to stare down?
Yeah, kinda implicitly.
Next time you should just stop on the path when they walk by and just stare at them until they go away.
I guarantee the cops would get called if they did that. I bet any amount of money the cops would get fucking
Do it.
called.
What law
Well,
did you break? Just do
we
it.
were thinking next time, get like one of those little portable speakers, play some Wagner as we walk.
Some Rahua.
Yeah. Start goose stepping. It was a good time though. It's like a weekly thing, so I'll be back next week. This is my first one I got to.
Oh man, I got to get on the TRS forums and find some pool parties going on in
It's
these
fun
parts.
because it's fun to try to red pill people, but it's really fun to be people that are already red pilled and you can just shit post with IRL. It's a good time.
Oh my god, that does sound amazing.
Well, Roscoe, we'll be in town next weekend, so we should hit up those guys on TRS that we were talking to.
Fuck
Maybe I'll come in Saturday instead of Sunday.
We'll definitely make sure we talk when we're not recording and get something straightened out.
Definitely.
And the feds aren't watching.
Mm-hmm.
But they're always watching.
So are we going to talk at all about the bombing in Nice? Or, I mean, the truck driving in Nice?
We did while you ran to the bathroom a little bit. How they're like just how, you know how they were saying Omar Mateen from Orlando was like also into gay sex. They're saying that about this Tunisian dude now too.
It's a very weak narrative.
Yeah. You know, just like Mateen, he's doing drugs, he's fucking dudes, drinking. He's not a real Muslim, but you know, it falls apart immediately.
It's funny, like we get all pumped to talk about these happenings, and then we shitpost for days, and then when it actually comes to the podcast, we're like, eh.
I mean, what else is there
happened.
to say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a fucking Muslim killed a bunch of people. Big fucking surprise.
A crazy thing I read, he drove for 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers.
Which is over a mile.
That's
for the,
3,200 meters.
Yeah, over a mile without being stopped. Ran over 100 people. Like, have you seen the video?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So I was making the normies at work this week look at the, like, did you see the little video, like, showing people broken and splattered on the pavement?
Yeah, that guy walking over people. Oh, that
yeah,
was awful.
I was making them watch that. No, I don't want to see that. It's like, no.
You have to watch it.
Like, this is the kind of shit that you're voting for when you say that I'm evil for endorsing Trump.
My palate was cleansed by the Turkish tank running over those Erdogan supporters. That was good.
Yeah, we'll get into turkey later though, because that's something we can actually cover that hasn't already been covered since Fashion Nation missed it and the show hasn't come up yet.
Actually, we have 2 turkeys bombing to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a little a teaser for later.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's a good timing for when we're doing the show.
Well, that's the thing, like, about the NACE thing. You can't ban trucks. You know, this could happen literally any time. The only way to stop it is, like, throw up those DC concrete barricades everywhere, and that makes your city ugly.
Well,
so the NIMBYs won't like that.
It's the new black pill, is that with minorities, you're going to need the police state.
Mm-hmm.
With blacks, never relax.
What was it? Their interior minister or foreign minister or something came out and said, "Oh, well, that's just like daily life for the French now." Why would
the prime minister said?
Oh, the prime minister.
You need to like get used to terrorism.
Get used to it, guys. It's cool. It's fine.
And
I've read that
at the same time they're encouraging the young Parisians to join up in the reserves. It's you can't do both.
Well, I read even before
and they're doing that and bombing the shit out of the Middle East.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen if you're at war with people and bringing them into your country?
That's Hillary's policy. It's invade and invite. That's what it's all about.
It's just fucking imagine that if in World War II that the British have been like, we're going to bring in 1 million German
refugees.
men.
Yeah,
German
only
refugees.
fighting age men.
Yeah.
Who are Nazis.
And
we're going to invite the inner party into London.
Yeah, we're going to let Himmler march 1 million Germans right into fucking London.
Because we're not bigots.
Yes. We've got to be tolerant.
I saw before the Nice attacks, they were talking about how France could be close to civil war.
Yes.
And then that happened. My God. As an eternal croissant, I really want it to happen.
I want France to reclaim its glory.
It needs
Napoleon win.
It needs to happen sooner.
Because I really hate the meme, the surrender thing of France. It's like people say they have no idea of history. It's always basic bitch conservatives. Like, bro, you know they conquered Europe like less than 200 years ago. You fuckers. It pisses me off.
Well, and to be fair, like it wasn't even like the citizenry of France surrendered in World War II.
Yeah, it was the leadership. And who's going to stop the German war machine? Like, they were not going to be stopped, until American Russia.
Well, especially when you build your defenses based on a previous war's attack.
Yeah.
Just like they did in the previous war.
Yeah, let's just go through the woods. Oh, they'll never attack through the woods.
Yeah, they'll never be able to get over trenches.
Well, that's like the British trying to fight in the Revolution. They're lining up in lines, and then Mel Gibson comes through the woods.
Yeah,
the hatchet
fucks them up. Double hatchet.
That is a sweet ass movie.
It is.
That's the thing. All of Mel Gibson movies are awesome. Mad Max, Patriot, Braveheart.
Lethal Weapon.
Has he made a bad movie?
Lethal Weapon 3.
Passion of the Christ. It was okay. It was a big hit.
I don't know. I enjoyed seeing a Jew get wailed on for 3 hours.
Yeah, well, the best part about that movie was when Mel Gibson stabbed that Jew in the side.
True.
That's terrible. I'm going to hell for saying that.
It's fine.
Because no one wanted to do that part. No one wanted to hold the spear of destiny and stab it into Jesus. Mel Gibson's like, he's like, well, I'll stab at you.
What we need for a drop is the Mel Gibson's apology to the Jews. That would be
from Family Guy.
I think so.
I'm sorry. Just pull it up.
I'm working on it right now. Did you hear me typing really loud?
I did.
I'm pulling it up.
Do it.
This is what our 99 SoundCloud subscribers listen in for.
I'm really, really sorry about your big noses. I'm really sorry about how greedy you are. But most of all, I'm really sorry about your dirty, underhanded, backstabbing ways. Your number one dirty Jew fan, Mel Gibson.
Nothing but truth there.
And I lied a minute ago. We're up to 101 subscribers on SoundCloud.
Oh, triple digits.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody.
Baby.
We appreciate that.
Good shit.
Now, if you really want to be a fan, that Bitcoin address is right below
Oy vey.
in our profile. Also, that donate button is on our website 100 times.
Buy Roscoe a big fucking Power Ranger helmet.
I'm just looking at our titles for the last few episodes.
Our titles are so good, man.
Okay, so let's read them back. Fingering the Pulse of Brown America, a memorial to Marco Rubio. The Lion, the Witch, and the Homo. Then the last two aren't very offensive. Brexis Americanus, 4th of July, blah, blah, blah. The last one, though, the Canadian Autistic Jewish Stoner Aristocracy, which is one of the best I've seen.
And that picture of Seth Rogen I found is perfect.
It's horrifying.
Sweaty.
It's from the night before, and I actually watched like the first like half hour of that movie today. It's pretty
I
fucking.
like any of that.
It's pretty fucking funny actually.
Do we have that drop? Because that's like my favorite drop.
Which drop? You mean this drop?
I didn't like any of that.
Yeah.
We have that one.
You gotta keep that one on lock.
I think that drop in my head during work a lot of times.
Well, see, I don't have, since we switched over to Mumble, we don't have a drop program, so I have to go back into like my drop folder and then find it and hit play, and then I had to wait for VLC to come up and play it.
Why don't you make a playlist in VLC?
There's gotta be a better way.
Because when I had the playlist, that's when you remember the other one auto started.
Couldn't you like upload them to iTunes?
Nigga, I don't use iTunes.
Jutunes.
Nigger Tech Tunes.
So if any of our
like SoundCloud,
if any of our listeners have any ideas of, what I like, Jazz Hands said that they use Reaper and virtual audio cable to bring everything together, but I can't figure that shit out. I don't have time for that, and I'm not that tech savvy for that stuff.
Low agency.
Yeah, my time preference is too high.
Alright, we're getting too esoteric here. Do you want to go into Pence?
Yeah.
Fence the Pence?
Let's go to Pence, and then we will take our break.
Alright, so I'll drop the Pence experience first, which we kind of covered in our VP episode, but since that wasn't a standard episode, some people might not have heard it.
It wasn't a standard fuck party. It was just a
casual one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pence, it's interesting. He actually started his career. He had a few different jobs, but he was a radio talk host for a while. He called himself Rush on Decaf.
He was also in a little-known 70s TV show called Johnny Quest.
Yeah, starring as Bateman. But yeah, so after that, he served 12 years in the House, from I think 2000 to 2012. And he rose to the chairman of the House, which is the 4th highest position in the House, which is pretty good, out of the 400.
Yeah, he was the chair of the Republican conference, I think.
Yeah, and he was also chair of the Republican Study Committee, which is the think tank within the House. So that's good stuff. Then after that, he was elected to Indiana, and Trump went over this in his intro speech, but he's had really good job growth. I think Indiana's one of the top spaces for businesses to move into now. And they're doing really good.
Yeah, even after that anti-LGBT or whatever legislation, all the businesses said they wouldn't go in there. Excuse me. And then they saw their tax policy and they're like, oh, well, let's go in there.
Yeah, they were bluffing.
Well, somebody at work was like, oh, I hate Mike Pence. I was like, why? Because he gives people the freedom of association?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's just freedom for gays to hate people. It's like, well...
Gays to hate people?
Or for people to hate gays. It's like, well, would you make a gay, bake a cake for somebody who is just an ardent racist who wants a big swastika on a cake?
Yeah, or a good argument, would you make a Jew make a Holocaust cake?
Yeah.
And then be like, he's trying to protect them, goy.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, it's not the same. It's like, well, either we have free speech or we don't. Oh, well.
One thing, we haven't had freedom of association since the Civil Rights Act.
We have not.
Because it used to be, you could tell people to leave your private business. Now you're not allowed to. It's bullshit.
Yep.
That's the exact right tactic, though. Just like anything, agree and amplify.
See, I haven't watched Remember the Titans since I've been red-pilled, but I think I'll start rooting for that guy who got fired from the team. He was right.
And then they hired the coach named Coon.
I was having a...
Coach Coon.
having a beer after church today. and fucking Inglourious Bastards was on the TV at the bar.
Ah,
and I was like, dude, fucking turn this movie off. I hate this shit. It's like, why, man? I love this movie. It's like, because my team lost.
Well, it's like in the bar, they even kind of show, like, the Germans are just, the guy was celebrating, he's now a father, and then those bastards just slaughtered them.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up.
Yep.
Germans didn't do nothing.
They're good boys.
Good boys, too.
Oh, shit. So, somebody at work asked me if there's this dude that I work with who, I always get the feeling that he knows, he always, says less than he knows.
Yeah.
But there's those moments. Yeah, there's these moments, though, where we make eye contact, and I feel like we both know what the other one is, what we're sort of implying.
Mm-hmm.
But he asked me if I'd ever watched The Greatest Story Never Told.
He asked you that?
Yes.
Oh, wow. He's one of us.
Oh, yeah. Roscoe, we never did go into our 9/11 conspiracy.
Oh, the Jews did 9/11. I mean, that's pretty much
naturally.
It.
I sat there and watched one of those documentaries that was like 3.5 hours long. I didn't watch The Greatest Story Never Told, but...
You gotta watch it. It's like 6 hours long, though.
Yeah. But I watched that documentary that was 3.5 hours long. My wife sat there and watched half of it, complaining the entire time.
Nice.
I guess we really do have to come through on that and solve the mystery of 9/11.
Maybe it was Alex Jones to get ratings for InfoWars.
It could have been.
Stay woke.
Oh.
Let's go back to Pence before we go way too off topic.
Race Bannon. So the thing that I noticed, like, no one was happy with the Pence pick. I didn't feel, except there were some cucks that were like, "Oh, yay!" We got somebody to.
No one was super pissed off,
except for Richard Spencer.
Except for Dick Spence,
because he would ban gays.
Make him go to a pray away the gay camp.
But
I really cannot stop making fun of Richard Spencer. I can't help myself. Maybe if he follows me, I'll stop. Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably not, though.
But no, Pence, like, he's in favor of, he was in, like, 2013 or 14 or whenever it came out, of the TPP, which, Trump is adamantly opposed to, which he should be. I don't know. Like, he's, like, pro-small business, but then he's pro-globalism.
I think with Pence,
on some stuff,
he's just kind of like a cookie-cutter Republican. But the thing about him, okay, so I was looking, and he was the first politician to speak in front of a Tea Party rally, like when it first started, before it got hijacked. And he ran against Boehner for speaker because he thought Boehner was too corrupt. And he voted against both bailouts. So there's some really good stuff. And he voted for the border wall, the border fence.
If our listeners haven't checked it out, Fash the Nation this week, they had some good white pills about Pence.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't get to the second half, so I didn't get any of that. So if I repeated anything they said, then I apologize.
No, not at all. But what they talked about was, like, even for his negatives, it seems like with those negatives, he was following the culture of the Republican Party at the time.
Yeah.
And that he can be brought along.
So is it like when he was endorsing Cruz and he looked like somebody had his family held hostage?
Yeah, and he spent like half of that, supporting Trump, like complimenting him.
Yeah, that was one of the most bizarre things I've seen in a minute.
It was like the Mel Gibson apology.
Yeah.
Almost less sincere than the Mel Gibson apology was the Mike Pence.
And another thing is, like,
Cruz.
when people take Pence, like, things he said years ago and use it against them, I'm like, okay, by that standard, you shouldn't like Trump either.
Or Hillary.
People can change.
Those goddamn super predators.
Yeah, you should like Hillary by that logic. Like the alt-right Hillary quotes. So that's the thing. Like, you have to deal with people what they're saying now, because political conditions change. He might have been thinking this stuff all along, but you're not allowed to say it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And now that he's on the ticket, he's not beholden to anyone except Trump.
And us.
Yeah.
I mean, well, by us, I mean Tel Aviv.
Well, yeah. So I've been trying to, like, meme Pence on Twitter just to get people to stop bitching about him, because listen, we have him now. It's not going to change. Either get on board or shut up, because we're trying to get Trump elected here.
Is our eternal croissant? It's that Napoleon quote: "You go to war with the army that you have, not the army you wish you had."
You know
That's who you came with.
You know what I just realized? That Johnny Quest's haircut kind of looks like Trump's haircut.
Oh shit! Big if true.
And you got Haji, who needs to go back.
Well, and then also, Pence looks like the Fields guy, and Trump is Pepe.
There's a lot of meme potential there.
Yeah. Like, I thought Pence was going to be low meme potential, but then I saw these pictures of him, like his Twitter avatar, and it is meme-tastic.
He is the feels guy.
Mm-hmm. And Trump is Pepe. Like, it's been prophesized.
It has been written on 4chan.
Through our ancestors of 4chan.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think that there can be enough said about what, the breeding grounds of Poll on 4chan created.
Oh, yeah. Well, the interesting thing is, like, back during, the Bush era, 4chan was super anti-Bush. It used to be called, like, Bill O'Reilly called it a far-left website.
Uh-huh.
Back then, and now it's like
the internet
Nazis
hate machine.
are born.
Yeah, I don't think 4chan has ever changed.
Yeah, it's just society has changed, and it's always contrarian. And that's even me. Like, I remember, during Bush, and then even a little bit after, I was just so anti-Bush, and that's all I knew about Republicans at the time, so I was just anti-them. But then it's like, after 8 years of Obama, I'm just like, my God, like, there has to be something better. And now 4chan is like upholding traditional values, like returning to Christianity and the nuclear family, when like 4 years ago it was just, degenerate, But that's the thing, like,
tentacle porn.
It's now controversial and counterculture to be an upstanding member of society.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And to have morals. Like, having morals now is being the ultimate rebel.
There's something wrong with you if you think virtue is worth standing for.
Yeah, basically.
Like,
well, FBI. I think FBI and On said it best. What did he say? 4chan is just all it is now is disgruntled national intelligence people who can't talk in real life, so they post anonymously on the internet.
Yeah.
It's like every time something happens, 4chan solves the mystery before fucking the CIA jackies even get to their desk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the harness neat energy is just... Because back in the day, it used to be used to, like, dox people and send pizzas to their house. Now it's to solve, like, national security issues.
And send pizzas to their house.
Well, yeah, naturally.
All right, guys. I think we're at a good stopping point here.
Halfway.
And we will come back with DB's implicit stand of last white identity implicit stand of the week, whatever it's called.
My God, that was bungled.
It was.
Last implicit stand of white identity.
I have been drinking all day.
Good for you. Me too.
That's a good excuse.
So we have that. We have Dindu Nation.
Yeah.
And
Turkey.
I think that rolls into
two turkeys.
A tale of two turkeys.
Do we have any bumper things to play?
I'm sure we'll come up with that one to break.
I would love to use that shit that Fash the Nation played on the way out. That was so fucking good.
Was it this?
Let's see what's on this dying form of media communication called the radio. It's that Justin Dweeber kid. Can't turn this off fast enough. Baby, 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 oh.
And if you want to know the secret to mind-blowing sex with a middle-aged black woman, just stay tuned.
Baby, 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 oh. Come on now.
I didn't like any of that.
See, I didn't play it off VLC, that last part, but it worked.
I liked all of that.
Every bit was good.
We will come up with something during the break. So, yeah. Goodbye. We'll see you in a minute. Bye.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Exodus Americanus. I'm the Hwyte Power Ranger, at Roscoe SB Jones on Twitter, with the goodest of Goy, Mr. Stone. He's at Exo Americanus, and Donald Bateman at Nationalism Rise. Now, Goys and Shiskas, strap on tight for Donald Bateman's last implicit stand of white identity of the week.
Donald Bateman's last implicit stand of white identity of the week.
All right, guys. So my last implicit stand is actually Mike Pence. So I'll explain. Mike Pence, he kind of represents the pre-modern America example of white identity. I mean, this guy's from a small town in Indiana. He's been married to the same woman for 30 years. Has 3 kids. That's above the replacement rate for you non-STEM guys. So the thing about Mike Pence, he's a very reserved guy, very nice, very friendly, small town kind of guy. And he really represents, before whites get explicit about their identity, that's the stage they're in, the Midwestern stage. The kind of just going along to get along. So when people spurg out about his politics, you just have to tell them, listen, this guy was operating in the previous paradigm. He was doing what he thought was right. I mean, he was a Reagan Republican, and that was just the mindset that they had. Focusing more on the economic issues. But I really think Trump can bend him to his will, because the thing about Trump, I mean, if you look at old stuff Trump says 20 years ago, you'll be mad at it too. So it's not really fair to get mad at Pence. And I think now that he's under Trump's wing, he's going to become the guy we want.
Bring him along.
What do y'all think about Pence?
If you'd asked me maybe 2 or 3 years ago what I thought about Donald Trump, I would have been lukewarm at best.
Yeah, I mean, The Apprentice was cool. That's about it.
But to see how competent, to really look into Donald Trump, and a big thanks to old Stefan Molyneux for his Untruth About Donald Trump series.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's been useful. But to see just how competent that man is, if he thinks that Pence is the right man for the job, then I'm gonna shut the fuck up and I'm gonna salute.
Oh yeah, he built a $10 billion company by hiring people and giving them responsibility. He knows what he's doing.
The most important skill for an effective leadership is being able to delegate well.
Yeah.
Proper delegation.
Yeah, I think that'll lead us into our next topic, but before we get in there, we should. So, I shouldn't even say anything.
You shit the bed.
You just fucked everything up.
Yeah, I did. Usual.
But yeah, I mean,
your
the Mike Pence
producer and co-shithead, Mr. Stone.
So another thing about Mike Pence, a lot of people were calling him boring, and I think that's really them internalizing that paused media that you say a family man, a strong leader of his state is boring. Well, that's really the ideal for men.
Yeah.
He's not fucking twerking on national television or trying to be hip. He's being a good man for his family, his community, his state, and his nation. So when people say that kind of stuff, it's just they've internalized the degeneracy of our culture. Because Mike Pence is clearly a good man.
No one has said. At least no one I've seen on the alt-right has said anything about that.
The last implicit stand of white identity, as always, is just amazing analysis.
It is.
It's so good.
I have very high verbal IQ, Goy.
You're killing it.
So, what do you think of his support of? Well, I don't know how recent this is, but I know he was for the privatization of Social Security. How do you feel
honestly,
about that?
With the Social Security thing, if it is privatized, people with agency are going to make more money off it, but dumbass people are the ones who might get screwed or scammed. That's the thing with everything. Because the private market, it does outperform the Social Security amount of interest you get.
The thing here, my opinion is, unless you can pass a certain financial IQ test, then it should just be pegged to the S&P 500, which is basically just if you go, Vanguard.
Wait, it's the aggregate of the top 500 companies.
Yeah, if you just go by something from the company Vanguard. It is pegged to the S&P 500.
Yeah.
And that outperforms all the hedge funds basically every year. And
here's another thing.
Unless
about,
you can pass your own like financial literacy test, then that's where it should be. That's where your Social Security goes.
If you're not white.
Basically.
Another thing about Social Security, I think what it caused, like a societal effect, is us people ignoring old people more. So I think people assume old people, once they have Social Security, oh, they'll be fine. But, you know, with the way it pays out, not much. I think it's contributed more to kind of nursing home culture and that kind of thing. Because, you know, way back in traditionalism, the grandparents would live in the home with the family, that kind of thing.
As they should.
And so I think Social Security has led to the breakup of the one-family household.
That and Medicare, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and those are all just FDR, LBJ bullshit. So I'm completely fine with Pence's stance there. I think Social Security, first, it's going to be bankrupt for us. We're not going to collect Social Security. I mean, that's a fact. And everyone knows that from our generation. So we might as well just rip off the Band-Aid now, because everyone knows it's coming.
Yep. We ain't getting it.
Yeah, and I've never thought I would ever get it.
Yeah, they've been telling me since I was in elementary school, and that was in the early '90s, that we wouldn't see Social Security when we retired.
Mm-hmm.
We better get fucking ready.
Yeah, and now at 30, you know, I'm
convinced that you're not going to see it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for it. Like, it's hard for me to get excited about Social Security stuff. Because it's completely irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be salvaged, but...
Maybe in a white country.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Jinx of truth.
Right?
Alright, you want to go into the cabinet?
Yeah. That's
maybe if we got a sweet fucking drop for it.
Yeah, if we had a drop, that'd be good.
Yeah, I can't find it.
God damn it.
Hopefully you can edit this out.
It's better to keep the bants.
It's not gonna happen.
We gotta be true to the people. Alright, so just pretend it's news music.
There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just been handed this breaking news bulletin across the wire. Mr. Roger Stone has announced that Donald Trump will be revealing his cabinet picks at the RNC. Mr. Bateman, our correspondent, take it away.
Wow, big if true. That's all I've got to say. Big if true.
That is very little content for my build-up.
I heard that Roger Stone gave us this intel before he gave it to Breitbart.
That's what I heard, that it came across the wires.
He was our first stop.
Right here at ExodusAmericanus.com, where you can make a donation.
Roger Stone, he's probably going to be a guest soon, but I think he's holding out for now because he wants our growth to be organic.
Yeah, he wants to come on after, who's that guest we're going to have in 2 weeks?
I think Trump, right?
Yeah, Donald Trump's going to be on.
Hillary might be on.
I doubt Hillary will take our invitation.
She's not 2 weeks. She's next week because the RNC is this week, so the moratorium goes off.
Oh, that's right.
This is the last episode without Hillary, so she's our special guest next week.
Well, she announces her VP next Friday, so we'll talk about that, obviously.
With her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With her and her VP. Mr. Julio Castro.
And then we will say...
Oh, that's pretty good. I did have a preview, I believe, for when we're gonna have Hill Dog on.
Yeah.
What it sounds like when chickens are laying eggs or about to lay.
Ah, shit! I thought I had just a drop of chickens clucking. It was gonna be so good.
Now she barks. She barks. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yips like a little bastard terrier.
It was a pretty good bark. I'm not gonna lie.
It was strong.
Practicing. All right, so the actual news we got from Roger Stone. So Trump's going to be announcing his cabinet. So after 2 of us predicted Pence correctly.
2/3 of the
2/3 of the crew, which rounds up to 1.
Mm-hmm. So
we're
we're
gonna go through all
correct.
that. We're gonna go through all the important cabinet positions, like not Department of Labor, who gives a fuck, but all the important cabinet positions and predict who it's gonna be. So you want to get started off? Department of State, the big prize, the big cheese.
Now, what all falls under the underneath that that appointment?
Well,
they're the chief diplomat.
Let's name them all off, and then we can.
Okay, I'll name the important ones, and then we can go in order.
Yeah.
All right. So, Department of State, Department of Treasury, Department of Defense, Department of Justice. And I'm gonna skip a bunch. Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Energy, obviously Jeb Bush.
Yeah, he'll keep our energy consumption low.
Yeah, and then Department of Veterans Affairs and Department of Homeland Security, and then Chief of Staff also. So we want to start from the top, Department of State.
Well, do we want to take the easy one first?
Start Chief of Staff, work our way up. Okay, that's a good call.
Okay. I was gonna say defense, but Chief of Staff's fine.
Chief of Staff.
I think that's the easy call. That's got to be Newt.
It's Newt.
Newt. All right, confirmed.
So,
Department of Homeland Security.
What about the director of NASA? Can that coincide with the Chief of Staff?
Well, he could have him in his office. They could play some golf and chat.
If Newt's the chief of staff, he'll make sure that somebody with a hard-on for moon bases is pulling the strings at NASA.
He'll handle that.
All right.
He's got agency.
That's my only concern. That's what gives me heart palpitations at night, is thinking about who is going to run NASA in a Trump presidency.
Well, that and all the cocaine.
That.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be... No, never mind.
All right, so Homeland Security.
Donald, it's just important that you know that Mr. Stone never jokes about cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe you.
Or as he calls it, Kyocaine.
Kyocaine.
I'm sorry, moving on.
All right, Department of Homeland Security.
Oof.
I have a pretty strong prediction here.
Pat Buchanan?
Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, I like
That's
that
a good
pick.
one. I do like that one.
Yep.
Oh,
and he's been close to Trump for like decades.
The 9/11 mayor? That's the guy.
The guy who got rid of all the homelesses?
Yeah.
California loves the homeless. I like that pick a lot.
So next, do y'all have other recommendations or?
No, because I didn't. Because we have zero prep on this because this is.
Oh, we don't prepare. This is just gut feeling.
This
no
is
preparation. I did not prepare at all.
It's all breaking news.
Do you guys want my VA pick?
What? Oh, VA.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who do you think?
Jim Webb.
Ooh, I like
too.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. A veteran.
I don't want to necessarily say that a Jim Webb pick for that is reaching across the aisle.
Yeah, because it's nonpartisan.
Yeah, Webb is becoming one of us.
And he would clean it up a bit by strangling all the gooks.
Yeah.
I mean, that saves like 1% on the budget every year.
All right, so Department of Energy.
T. Boone Pickens?
I mean, besides...
I was about to say that. T. Boone. He's a donor firm now.
Oh, shit.
And you know how much the Democrats would flip the fuck out if there's an oil tycoon running the Department of Energy? It'd be glorious.
So good.
Drill, baby, drill.
I was going to say the Koch brothers in conjunction.
Palin.
He did float Palin a couple months ago for it. And then she said, I would just disband it. So she could probably handle that job, actually.
Yeah.
Of not being in charge of anything.
I was going to say education for her, but that's even better.
My God, no. I can't even joke about that.
So who did you all think for defense?
Flynn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Flynn. I think defense, you have to be 7 years out of uniform, and he's only been like 4 years out of uniform. So I think he's going to be CIA director.
Oh.
Because he was in charge of the intelligence agency in the Pentagon.
Is that like a law you have to be 7 years out?
Yeah, I think it's a law for defense.
We can change it. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, but I think he's better at CIA. Like, throw all those fucking spooks out with that Flynn magic.
Flynn does seem to dislike spooks, like an old school Democrat.
Yeah, like Trump needs someone he can trust in the CIA so he doesn't get killed by them.
That's true.
But defense, so yeah, it has to be civilian for 7 years or more.
Huh.
So I'm not, maybe McChrystal? So I think he retired in like 2010.
Well, let's
Patton's
see.
ghost.
I mean, if we wanted to squeal our secrets, we could just elect McCain.
Yeah,
you just want to
Songbird.
shit the bed in
Appoint
negotiations.
Can't even fly a fucking plane.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, McCain's a pussy.
Yeah, heroes don't get captured.
Like a week ago, Trump was asked if he wanted to retract that, and he was like, "No,
I'm good.
I said it." McCain's still a pussy.
A little schoolboy bitch.
Do you think he can still jerk himself off with that whole hand thing?
Oh, do you think him and Bob Dole have to do like circle jerk sessions?
How does he reach his back in the shower?
Which one?
He
They
doesn't have
watch
the
each
kind of
other's
mobility.
backs.
Yeah, they probably do.
Now you're imagining those two dudes showering together.
Now we're really all right.
Lemon party. Oh, what about trans?
Transportation.
Portation?
Caitlyn Jenner, she ran over someone.
Caitlyn Jenner for Secretary of Trans.
Transportation's probably going to be like one of his buddies who like sells him concrete. One of the mafia guys.
It's definitely not going to be Ellen.
Ellen? Who the
Musk.
fuck is that? Oh,
Elon.
Elon.
Well,
Oh, it's Elon.
Well, we call him Ellen on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Ellen.
that piece of shit has never made a profit that wasn't a government purchase.
That's true. He's a neat.
He's a welfare
He's
lord.
those Elon bucks.
Ellen Bucks.
I like it.
And it also works because he's if my terminology is correct, a power bottom.
Oh, he got fucked by his ex-wife and married her again, and now they're gonna divorce again. So he has got fucked a lot. Okay, but speaking of Elon, his old business partner Peter Thiel, he's the one speaking at the RNC, and he's the one who funded the Hulk Hogan lawsuit. I could see him on the cabinet.
Is the transportation? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, or something like tech related, or like commerce,
Treasury.
maybe. Yeah,
Treasury.
commerce, Car Icon, probably Treasury.
Yeah, but I think
Icon's
Thiel
giving
would
him
be
like
better.
$250 million through Super PAC for the election.
I think Thiel would be better just because he would fund the government just by suing like Google.
Yeah. Oh, I would love an antitrust against Google and Facebook.
And Twitter.
Honestly, Twitter is not... Okay, I'm going to counter signal. I say kike so much on Twitter, and I haven't been banned once.
Ditto.
Like, they're not that bad. They're much better than Facebook on that. Much better.
See, I haven't been bad on Facebook because my wife makes me delete everything I put that on.
Yeah, I'm very tame. I posted like a Brexit thing, but it was very tame. So no, I'm smart on Twitter. Although I just posted my Trump mask on Instagram.
I message Roscoe basically every other day telling him what my wife made me delete off Facebook.
You got cucked.
I did.
And my wife just gets fashier by the day.
She's deleted herself off comments that I've made.
I know. Like, she catches herself. And she bitches at me about how fashy I get.
Right?
Woo.
Like, she's bad, Donald. It's... she makes me blush a little bit. She's so fashy.
You're the normie.
Yeah. Scary.
I posted something about Race Bannon and Haji. And she said, remove kebab. That's all she said. And then she deleted it like 30 minutes later.
I was so proud of her before she deleted that.
Me too. I'm a little bit ashamed that she did delete it.
He said before he deleted his
I didn't delete
entire...
it. It's still
You
up
did?
there. No,
Oh, shit.
it's still up there.
My bad.
Remember, I changed my Facebook name.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, so Department of Justice, Attorney General, Krispy Kreme.
Yep.
Duh.
Obviously.
And
That one's a
now
gimmick.
the big dog, Department of State. I think it's going to be Bob Corker.
What about Ivanka?
You can't put her in state. That's a little... You could put, like, Don Jr. in Interior, because he's the hunter, wildsman guy. But I think state... Bob Corker's been the chair of the Senate Subcommittee on Foreign Relations, and he was an early endorser of Trump, and he was rumored for VP. I think he's going to be state.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah, he's a steady guy. He's the one who suggested Ivanka VP, so he's pretty great for that.
What about Daryl Issa?
Who's that?
He's the Californian rep. What is he in charge of? Is he the foreign relations?
Oh, for the House?
Yeah.
I haven't heard much against him, but I mean, with state, they're an instrument of the president. As long as they're qualified, Although also, it's a good setups point to run later. So you might want to do it to someone that he agrees with.
All right. I can get down with that.
Yeah. So those are like the important ones. I skipped like
Health
labor. Who gives a fuck?
Health and Human Services.
That could be Carson.
Yeah.
Sleepy Ben.
It could be the Surgeon General. Yeah.
Although I think you need to be a serving member to be that. I think. Because it's actually a military post.
Then appoint him. He'd automatically be a lieutenant.
Yeah,
all right.
Maybe. I'm down with it.
That's...
Alright, are you ready to go into the turkey attacks?
The bombings?
If you haven't seen it, watch the video of the tank running over those Hajis. It was beautiful.
Do you have a link for that?
No, not on me. I saw on Twitter a couple days ago.
Runs over Hajis.
Or just be like turkey tank coup.
Turkey military tank runs over taxi.
Oh, that was good too.
I'm excited.
Like I said, it was a good mind palette cleanse after watching the Nice attacks. Because who cares if a bunch of Turkish roaches get run over? I mean, that's just a good time.
Whenever I see anybody tweet anything involving the country of Turkey, I have this picture that I keep on deck. It's a little cockroach, a little cardboard box that says Turkish Embassy on it. And I put hashtag spray for Turk roaches.
Well, this girl I know, she went to Istanbul for a little, vacation trip or something. Every time she posted Istanbul.
Where?
No, here's the thing. It goes into that. Every time she posted a picture, I would reply and comment and be like, "It's Constantinople." And I was getting some good likes on it too. People were down for the cause.
Down for the reclamation.
On my normie Twitter, I don't post that much. Occasionally I'll post some Trump stuff. But I've been posting Constantinople memes. And they get so much less traffic than my other tweets, but I don't even care. I'm just repping Byzantine.
I wouldn't even know how to use a normie Twitter.
See, I've been on normie Twitter since late high school, so 4 or 5 years ago. So you merely adopted the Twitter. I was forged in it.
Yep. I've got to go Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, late high school, Facebook wasn't even around.
Nope.
See, I got my Facebook in 9th grade, and that was pretty cutting edge.
I got Facebook my freshman year of college during orientation when they made us get a Facebook.
Oh, they made you? Or they?
It was only
college
universities.
Kids?
Yeah.
When I got on Facebook, you could only get on via invitation.
So Zucker Jew got y'all early.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was on MySpace in middle school.
Yeah, our university though, we were one of the top 50 to get it.
Mm-hmm. So he got me Jude good and early.
Y'all been under Zucker Jew's grasp for a decade.
Yep, he's got all my ditch picks.
Well, you've been sending those to me for years.
It's clogging up the inbox.
My 9 p.m. butthole pictures.
They're gonna be like, you gotta delete some of these. There's not any more room.
5 gigabytes of butthole pictures. I hope my parents don't listen this week.
That is very alt-right. All right, should we actually talk about Turkey?
Yeah.
I'm okay either way.
The fake coup.
Oh, it was totally
shit.
a fake. Let me drop the fake coup stats first of all. So, what kind of fucking idiot starts a coup while the president is out of the country and then doesn't try to capture the goddamn president? I mean, I know there are a bunch of fucking Turkish subhuman
Turk roaches?
roach pieces of shit. But even so, if you have air superiority, how do you not shoot down the goddamn president's plane before he arrives?
And how do you only kill 265 people?
And what kind of coup tells its supporters to stay indoors while the president calls everyone into the streets? It was either the worst coup ever or the best fake coup. Although not the best fake coup because it's so fucking obvious. So the next day, Erdogan, he fired 3,000 judges. Now, if this was a real coup, I don't think I'd have the foresight to have 3,000 judges on my kill list.
Yeah.
Like, maybe a couple hundred,
And
but...
arrested like 6,000 plus soldiers.
Yeah, and 300 policemen. Like, this was a planned purge. Which I respect his will to power, I'm not gonna lie.
You got people to follow the orders.
If he wasn't a fucking Muslim.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a Muslim, I would be like, hell yeah, Erdogan. Like, Ottoman Empire win. But I'm not, so I hate him.
Alright, so while we're talking about false flags...
Yeah.
You guys are familiar with the World Trade Center bombing, right? Like in 92, 93?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The FBI
I think Biggie did it.
Well, the FBI built a bomb for that retarded guy.
Well, we are, Roscoe, because we were alive for it.
I was not even a fertilized zygote at that point.
Jesus titty fucking Christ. But, sorry, I'm just trying to process that. But did you all see that, the gun and the grenades that old boy had in Nice? Like, the word that I saw in the news story was disarmed. That the grenade was disarmed. Yeah, like...
As a kid, my dad actually gave me that, like, well, you know, all the firing. But it was pretty cool.
Hey, hold up. We are losing
Mr. Bateman.
Yeah, we're losing Mr. Bateman.
He's going full robot.
Oh yeah.
What's my internet is?
So why don't you hang up and then call back in? Hang up.
Kick him out. He's fired.
Okay, we're good. All right, sorry about that, people. Are you back in?
Hello?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
100 times better.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
So you can just cut that out?
No.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Can we drop that O'Reilly, please?
Fuck it, I'll do
you
it.
have it.
I do. I have it right here.
Gotta hear it now.
And so your sexual desire is now focused on children.
Oh, that's terrible.
We'll do it live.
That's not O'Reilly.
We'll do it live. Come on. Do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Fucking thing sucks.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Okay.
See, O'Reilly's kind of chilled out lately. But I want, like, peak yelling O'Reilly to go against Alex Jones. That would be incredible.
So I never expected Trump charging into a goblin's nest to not get some goblin vomit, slop, and blood on it.
Goblins.
Goblins.
Vomit and slop and blood.
No, so what do you all think? You think that might be like some sort of Interpol sting that they fucked up and the dude was supposed to try to shoot people and decided to run them over instead?
No, I think he was supposed to run him over and then shoot him, because otherwise why do you have the fucking giant truck?
Good point, good point.
Supposed to run him over until you crash or get stuck and then get out and shoot.
Yeah, but why was
the ship disarmed?
Why was it filled with weapons?
Disarmed weapons.
I don't know.
You know what it's like to go to sleep every night knowing you work for a bunch of psychotic killers?
That's why.
Because of the globalists?
Ah!
It's gotta be the globalists.
Fucking globalists.
I've never heard Alex
breaking
drop
the
an
condition.
F-bomb.
Yeah, he has a lot of restraint when you think about how little restraint he has in yelling.
Yeah, I can't yell without yelling F-bombs. They're so good.
See, I'm working in construction, so like people curse so much. It's like, how's it going? Pretty fucking good, man. And it's
Fucking
really a
killing it.
neutral. Yeah. Pretty goddamn good day.
Oh, man. So, we had a shit show in Turkey, and that was fun to follow while I was out drunk on Friday night.
Yeah.
But
one thing about the Turkey thing that really pissed me off, so I was at work while it was happening, and I would like talk to my coworkers and be like, you hear about this coup in Turkey? And they're like, what? And I was like, a coup d'etat, and they're like, oh. They just look so uninterested. If I would have talked to them about goddamn college football, they'd be all about it. And it just made me really pissed.
Yeah, I get
the
that.
The only
a
guy
lot.
in my office that cared was the goddamn Muslim guy. And I was like, well, I can't talk to you about this.
Right.
You don't want to hear my commentary on this.
No, sir. It starts and ends with Constantinople.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that wasn't
normies,
the
it's
only
just-
turkey that bombed on a Friday, though.
It was not.
Yeah.
The Ghostbusters also fucking bombed hard.
Well, I saw they need to make like 500 million to break even, and they only made 40 on their opening weekend.
Whew.
And it's been shilled so hard by like everyone.
But I think everyone's realizing that, like, instead of like having an actual interesting cast like they did for the originals, now we've got like 4 females. It's wacky, 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 and blacky. Like those are the personalities,
The tranny.
right? The Michael Obama.
And also, when you think about people that go to the movies, I think there's probably more guys that watch movies than girls. And then think about all the people on dates or married where the guy is picking what they watch. So if a guy doesn't want to go to your movie, no
Nobody's
guy,
gonna do
unless he's like a total cuck, is taking someone on a date to fucking Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
It'll probably make the girl want to break up with him by the end.
The production budget was 144 million, and
my God, the advertising.
Yeah, the advertising it would at least take it up to 250, if not 300, 400, 500. And then
the theaters get part of the ticket proceeds.
Yeah.
Well, they were threatening to litigate against Bill Murray.
For not wanting to promote that shit.
The domestic total for the weekend was only 46 million, which is fucking awful for the amount of theaters. It was in 4,000 theaters.
And then think about the theaters take a portion of that.
Yeah.
Oof, I've seen some beds filled with shit. So
it's gonna be good though, because now the theaters are gonna realize they shouldn't make those movies.
Oh God. But it makes you
Someone
wonder.
wants to watch it.
As much fucking bankrolling as they're getting, if they even care about making a fucking profit.
Okay, it's run by Jews. They care about making a fucking profit.
Well,
that's the thing they care about more than anything on earth.
It's all Hollywood accounting, which means that even the movies that do super successful, like the Avengers, it all gets averaged out with the shitty ass art house movies that they do, where the guy who plays the Hulk has some like transsexual movie that only makes $20 in the theaters, and it all averages out. So the actor makes $20 million, but the people who fund it and the people who do the special effects, the good old boys, they don't make anything. It's all the fucking producers and the actors who make all the money.
The fucking kikes.
Yeah.
And
the only people who kind of even break even are the unions.
Which are the fucking commies.
Yeah.
So, again,
the kikes.
We're being redundant here. Don't say unions.
Just mobs of yids?
Yeah, a yid squad.
Oh, that's horrifying.
A yid school just swimming through the water, leading with their shark-like fin noses.
Cutting through the water. Oh, God.
Are Jews good at swimming? Is that a stereotype either way?
I don't know. I know they're not an athletic people.
No, not at all.
I know
Is there
Pistol
any
Pete
Jews in,
Maravich
the
was a
NBA?
Jew.
Maybe like one. Oh shit, he was the one.
Yep, that's the guy.
Well, that's why he shot first and asked questions later.
Oh. So we did have a double dose of Baton Rouge, didn't we?
Oh yeah, before Turkey and after.
That was a.
What are there? 4 cops dead? 3 cops dead? Drudge still says 3. Excuse me, but other places are saying 4.
We can round up.
I mean, it'll be 4 by the time we fucking put the show out.
I saw another cop died earlier this afternoon, but I guess Yahoo and Drudge are still saying 3. Yeah, some Nation of Islam, Black Lives Matter guy, black guy.
Well, the interesting thing is, I saw on Twitter, Sean King and D-Ray were both like, we do not support any violence. Like, they're getting defensive and scared. Even Obama didn't try to bring up guns at all. Like, he's backing off because they realize every single time this happens, and then Trump says law and order, it's another point in his direction. They know it's 68.
Yeah, it's exactly like Nixon in 68 when he was a law and order.
Like, they're not dumb. They can tell when they're losing a narrative.
They are dumb. If they were smart, then they wouldn't have even ran with this in the first place. They never would have covered it. It would have just been.
Well, I think it got
away from them, I believe.
It got away from them because originally it was just to get them engaged into the voting booths, but it's kind of spun off. It's kind of like the Golem, the old Jewish legend of the big stone creature you use to defend yourself. But then eventually it turns against you and kills you.
It spun off when Trayvon wasn't just carrying his Skittles and Arizona iced tea. It spun off.
Well,
5 years ago.
I think with Trayvon they were pretty good at the narrative, but Mike Brown is when Normie started to wake up more. Because Trayvon was still kind of little. Yeah. Oh yeah, like
any one of these.
The thing's interesting is the presence of videos. If you don't have a video, it gets no traction because no one can visualize it. It's just a statistic.
And then
but videos will also help Trump a lot.
Well, yeah, they run with these narratives. They film it, and then they only release these edited shots of. It's kind of like the Rodney King beating.
Yeah.
You only release.
Well, it's smart. Like that's.
You only release the part where the black guy's getting the shit beat out of him, not the part where he was running a 95 through a residential neighborhood,
loaded on PCP.
Yeah, resisting.
But that's the thing. We need to do the same thing on our side because that works.
Absolutely.
Propaganda works.
It's not about the facts, y'all.
Yeah, it's always, and we've been saying that lately. Like when these attacks first happen, it doesn't matter if we approve yet. We need to start pushing a narrative immediately because the left will always do that anyway. So that's the thing. Like you get on Twitter, you hop on that trending hashtag, and you just start pumping out propaganda because normies will see it
and take it as a gospel.
I'm gonna play this off YouTube without even listening to it, so I hope it's okay. This is absolutely irrelevant.
This is reckless.
That most of the stores that were destroyed during the riots were owned by black people.
Is that loud enough?
Stupid, though. I mean,
Good.
why trash your own neighborhood?
Well, that's my point. It's an irrational act. It's like an expression of rage by people who feel neglected and turned away by the system.
Exactly. I mean, it's like we had in Watts or the riots in Chicago in '68.
It's crap. I don't buy that for a minute. Calling a riot an irrational expression of rage, that's such a cop-out. It's opportunism at its worst. It's a bunch of people grabbing any excuse they can find to go and loot a store. Nothing more. The fact that these people ripped off the stores in their own communities, all that reflects is the degree to which these people have absolutely no respect for the law at all, and certainly no concept of, community or civic responsibility.
But wait a minute. White people commit crimes against white people, too.
And they're not offing each other in record numbers all over America. Look at the statistics, for Christ's sakes. It's 1 in every 3 black males is in some phase of the correctional system. Is that a coincidence, or do these people have, a racial commitment to crime?
Not only that, they're proud of it.
Well, maybe it says something about prejudice in the judicial system.
Yeah, if you want to talk about criminal statistics, you might want to take a look at the social inequalities that produce them.
Social inequalities.
You know what? That's exactly what I hate, because what you're doing, Davina, is taking one thing and calling it something else and just, alleviating the responsibility that these people have for their own actions. It's like saying, it's not a riot, it's rage. It's not crime, it's poverty. It's just nonsense. Bullshit.
I didn't even have the Rodney King thing that I was hoping that it would have, but
That's still good.
From that exact same scene, though, like I said, they only showed the guy flipping on his camera when the 3 cops were beating him with the billy clubs. They didn't have the camera on when he was running 95 through a residential street. Well, not 95 on a residential street, but it was 65 on a residential street, 95 down the fucking interstate.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
It's all about that.
All about telling a story.
And making money.
And it's exactly like Dallas. These people, I don't even want to give them the courtesy of calling them people. These animals, after the cops were shot, what did they go and do? They fucking looted a 7-Eleven.
Right?
That's what they always do.
And how much action did that get in the media?
That's like white people getting ice cream after the baseball game. They loot 7-Elevens. It's their community activity.
Yeah, it's like the Alton Sterling shooting that led up to all this stuff in Baton Rouge. The guy who was in front of some convenience store
robbed a homeless guy.
Some 7-Eleven. He robbed a homeless guy, and then the Arab dude comes out. He's like, "Oh no, he didn't do nothing." Yeah,
he was a good boy.
Don't blame the Arab dude. He knows who these people are. He doesn't want his store to be looted.
No.
He knows if he says that, yeah, he's a fucking problem here, and he's pulled a gun on me before, that his store would be gone the next day. And his insurance premium would be through the roof because he had another Dindu riot in his parking lot.
The Sandmen are smart.
Ugh. Well, they're smarter than the Nogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly.
But that ain't saying
the Persians are actually kind of white, so they're smart. At least the ancient Persians.
Yeah. That inbreeding hasn't been doing them much favors, though.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like Mexico, like the really white ones, the ones that rule the society.
There's a reason the Iranians are so much lighter skinned than anyone else in their region.
Because they're not Arabs, they're Persians. Yeah. Different ethnic group.
Gay. I just want to be filled with hate for people I don't understand for no apparent reason.
No apparent reason.
Right? I hate Group A for no apparent reason.
We just coincidentally got kicked out of 100 million countries.
That's perfect, because it's like the old adage. You meet one asshole on your morning commute, you've had a bad day. If you meet assholes all day long, then you're the asshole. If you get kicked out of one country, then they're the asshole.
No, I think it's just everyone's an anti-Semite on Earth.
If you get kicked out of 132 countries, then maybe you are the people who keep fucking shit up.
You know who's the real anti-Semites though? Jews. They hate each other. Oh my god. If you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, you'll know.
I can't bring myself to handle that much Yiddish.
Yeah. Oh, it's great though, because you can tell how much Larry David just hates Jews. Like the last episode of the show, he's like dating this Jewish woman, and she has like a gay son who the mom is reinforcing all this stuff, and so Larry David he's drawing swastikas on everything because he likes doing that, like drawing Hitler mustache on people's face, drawing swastikas. So the little gay boy picks it up and then knits a swastika for his mom, and the mom just starts freaking out. And then there's another episode where he's outside of the movies and he's whistling Wagner, and this other Jew is like, are you a Jew whistling Wagner? And then Larry David's like, what the fuck do you care? You want to check my penis if it's circumcised? So it's great. Larry David is very red-pilled.
Okay, that's see a goy.
No, he's the most Jewish. He created Seinfeld. He's as Jewish as you can get.
I know, but
he hates Jews.
Is he that far? Did he make that entire circuit around the rabbit hole?
I mean, there's 10 or 20 times he's referencing Hitler on the show or drawing swastikas, and he always says pretty positive things about Hitler. So I think he's just such a self-hating Jew. he wished he would have like died in the Holocaust.
I do too.
But no, I would recommend Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I
It's
don't
hard to
know.
look back.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to play that out loud. I was trying to find the that scene from Rodney King, the Rodney King scene in American History X.
We'll be all right without it.
Yeah. Our listener got the idea.
Our listener.
Hey man, we had like we're getting up there.
We do. We have like I said, we have 101 followers now.
101 followers that need to go give us $5 on ExodusAmericanus.com.
Shekels.
Each. All right. We do have one more thing we need to do. We need to get to the questions.
Ah, yes.
So, first one, at Sean Michael R.
Prince Hubris. Good
Prince
guy.
Hubris. His question is, which is the most important glamour muscle? The buys or the tries?
I say the buys.
I say lifting for glamour is degenerate.
Well, yeah, but that's not addressing the question. That's outside of the question.
That's
we
my
agree,
answer.
Of course. Okay, well, I say buys because, the traditional, if you're in a movie or someone's just showing off, they always flex their biceps. And we're talking about glamour here, not function.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the opposite though, and I'm gonna say the tries because most of the time though you're not flexing, and your arms look bigger when your tries are bigger.
But when you're doing glamour, you are flexing. So I think the glamour gives it away.
Like if you go see like a superhero movie and you see Captain America and Thor, they're not just sitting there flexing their buys like a wrestler getting ready to get
Well, yeah,
in the
because they're
ring.
not trying to go for glamour. That's different.
That's they're showing off their glamour muscles. They're showing off their their big pecs. They're showing off their biceps. Or something.
Implicitly, maybe, but not explicitly.
And their triceps are what make their arms look big.
But also, if they had no bicep lifting, that's a factor too.
I'm not saying you don't work out both, but I'm saying
we need a tiebreaker vote.
Degenerates.
I'm saying
okay,
but
just say one or the other though.
I gotta go.
Remember,
with,
this is for glamour.
For glamour, just walking around with your arms down at your side, not trying to throw it up or anything. You gotta go with the tries.
Thank you.
But if you're showing off, like you got an audience, it's the buys
for glamour. So I think that's the point for me there.
No,
that's how I read it.
I don't, because even without flexing, you're still showing off your glamour muscles. You get to the.
I think glamour is like an active thing here, though.
You're going to Venice Beach and you're going to throw down on some nignog who is taking over your court.
And you're gonna flex at him.
American.
Why are you in Venice Beach? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really
what am I doing
don't
in Venice Beach? I'm not going there.
You're not just gonna go flex on some nignog. You're just gonna pull off your shirt and let your muscles do the talking.
Pulling off your shirt for a fight's kind of degenerate too, though.
It's a good way to get fucking decked in the snoot.
Yeah, like you think a soldier takes off his shirt? No.
Unless he immediately takes his pants off.
Well, that's the Navy.
You know what they say? You can take the sailor out of the Navy, but you can't take the seaman out of the sailor.
That's funny. I wonder if they say trad wives in the Navy.
Oof. My mother-in-law was in the Navy. She is not a trad wife.
Or was the Navy in her?
Allegedly. Oh, it probably was.
Yeah, well, my father-in-law was also in the Navy.
There you go.
So he's gay?
No, and he doesn't even like show tunes.
What a faggot.
Right? What kind of bag doesn't like show tunes?
Show tunes is the last stand of implicit straight identity.
We're gonna do a big show on fucking South Pacific next week.
Yep. All right, next
My
question.
favorite musical.
Sound of Music is the best musical, but you have to root for the Nazis. The alt-right reading of Sound of Music.
Go Nazis, go.
All right, from @SoObviousTurtle, name Obvious Turtle. Will Pence increase the support for Trump, mainly through the evangelicals and the
cucks
Mormons?
So the
And
Cucks.
yes, the answer is yes.
Trump was already
definitely.
winning the evangelicals.
Yeah,
But it will add to his numbers
it'll
because
increase.
Cruz had a lot. Yeah, because Rubio and Jeb Bush have both already praised the pick, as well as Paul Ryan. The Cucks like Pence.
I hope they don't like him for too much longer.
No, you want him to like him. It's like so Hitler picked a vice chancellor who was like a normie, basic bitch conservative. But then once he got power, he went full Hitler anyway. Like, your vice is never going to hold you back. They have no official power.
All right. I'll allow
So
it.
we'll be good. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we're fine with it. Question number 3 from @Freed_Humanity, Kevin McTrump.
Our fucking main man.
Our main man. He's the one who his question was literally a
small
scientific
dissertation
study.
Yeah, I did not have the agency to read that.
Yeah, that's why I sit back. I'm like, I'm not gonna read this. And so he sent back a bunch of stuff, and basically it boiled down to, should Europeans adopt ethnocentrism to survive? And I think we all responded yes.
If we didn't think that, why the fuck are we doing the show?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's the show. You don't have to worry about convincing us. It's your fucking normie friends.
Yeah, we're going from implicit to explicit.
And you got to convince people that, yes, you do have a white identity, and it is worth preserving.
Yep.
And basically what he tweeted about that study was fairly self-obvious. The people who, promote their own culture, their own peoples, their own race, dominate the people who don't.
I don't understand how it could be any other way.
Yeah, that's the basis of my, white identity.
That's fucking history.
Yep.
I just read a tweet. Mike Cernovich's voice really doesn't fit his body or personality. He reminds me of Mike Tyson in a way.
I can see that.
They both have the gorilla mindset.
Oh, wow.
And they both pronounce it Penth.
Penth and Typhon?
Twump Penth.
See, I think Cernovich, he followed me so I would stop making fun of him as much. And I think it's kind of working, because I happen to make fun of him less. I still do, but I moved on to Spencer to bully.
You always have to bully somebody you can't even pronounce their own name.
Who should I bully? See, like, that's how I play.
I'm going to keep bullying Spencer until he stops talking about Pence, honestly. He's not helping.
Yeah. Like, whenever I play Mountain Blade, I basically just pick someone at random to be my arch nemesis.
Oh, yeah.
And I dedicate my game to shrekking them.
It's always got to be some random fucking sultan from the Sand People.
It always is.
The purple people, too. They're non-white.
The Finns?
Yeah, the Finns. The Vager Finns. Paul Town leads
Paul
them.
Towns.
The Paul Town Horse Archers? Oh.
Alright, let's see. We got some good shit talking there. Is there anyone else who want to shit talk?
Fuck. That Lana chick sort of was grinding my gears on Fashion the Nation.
Every time they have a woman on, I'm just like, why?
See, she wasn't as bad as Cathedral Princess.
Yeah, she's terrible. The British one.
I didn't think the British chick was that bad.
I thought Tila Tequila was better than the British chick.
That's just because you had a frame of reference for what she
way
was
better.
talking about.
That's true. I knew all the Houston stuff.
And Tila Tequila at least was only on there for half the episode.
That's true.
They were smart enough only to bring her on the second half. I didn't think... I only listened to the first half this morning, and Lana wasn't that bad compared to Kathy.
I just think they should never have women on, ever.
It's a bad idea. Doesn't work.
It always drops the quality.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a woman on The Daily Show? It'd be terrible.
Oh my god.
Other than Seven's Son, of course.
Except for those times that we're going to have a woman on, we're never going to have a woman on.
Yeah. No chicks ever.
Except for when we do.
It would not be a true alt-right podcast, unless they're a trad wife. We invite all trad wives to come on.
Well, obviously. I mean, we can't turn the trads away.
Yeah, what would we be then?
Then we need to have a purposeful wife on.
That's
I
nasty.
don't know. Some of those, they just seem a little too like low IQ cat lady. I don't find any joy even making fun of them. It's too easy.
That's kind of brutal, but it's true.
Yeah. And she's like Mormon.
She is.
Well, Mormons are kind of like the ultimate like American nationalists, though.
That's true. They think kikes were American too.
They think that America's so fucking great that Jesus had to come over here.
Yeah,
that's true.
He
If they could only drop their like open borders cucking, they'd be great.
Before he went to Jerusalem, he landed in Missouri.
Okay, that's how you know it's not true. Because why the fuck would you just go to Missouri?
Right?
Like any other state would be better than that.
Misery, as they call it in the state.
And that's being rude to misery.
All right, Goyam. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
I think that's a good show. I think we're starting to run out of gas, though.
Yeah, energy levels dropping.
Tis.
Got a wage cut tomorrow.
We do.
I do.
We all do.
We all do.
It's a hard life.
An hour for us before you.
Oof.
Well, I get to work at like before 7 though.
That's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's it. Now to
any last quips? Any last drops we want to get in?
Maybe Alex Jones to close.
Well, before we play any Alex Jones drops, just make sure we remind everyone to go over to ExodusAmericanus.com. Send us some good boy points.
That's true. We do have our PayPal donate button is pretty much on every episode. I'm going to start putting our Bitcoin address on every episode. If not, it's on our SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/ExodusAmericanus. I hate fucking chilling like this, but I'm on Twitter at ExoAmericanus. Roscoe's at Roscoe SB Jones. Bateman's at Nationalism Rise. Bateman's blog, which we're going to start, I think from here on out, cross-posting on our website.
Yeah, you can just take the ones on it right now. I've got like 4 posts.
It's nationalismrise.blogspot.com. What else do we have? Oh, YouTube. Search us Exodus Americanus. Everything. If you see
my
us
alt
on there,
account at Donald J. Trump Jr. I'm Donald Trump's son.
Nice job. Nice job.
You wish you could have his haircut.
It's a good one. It's the Bateman.
It's a strong haircut.
Mm-hmm. I just keep it short.
All right. Well, everybody, we are Exodus Americanus. And until next time, with strength and honor.
With strength and honor.
Strength and honor.